everyone, welcome to Minimal Mindful Mama. I'm Katie Mixon and I love helping busy moms to declutter and organize and find ways to live the cozy, simple life that you dream of. In today's video, I'm excited to be sharing with you 5 tips for making your Halloween a little bit more sustainable. Holiday celebrations tend to be very not eco-friendly. They usually generate a lot of waste, and Halloween is no exception. 83% of Halloween costumes are made of oil-based plastics, and many of these costumes are just thrown away after the fact. They're not created to necessarily last, and that's a lot of plastic ending up in the landfill from Halloween costumes alone. It's important to focus on progress over perfection, and so we're going to be talking about some easy switches that you can make to make your Halloween celebration a little bit more sustainable. Since we've already mentioned costumes, we'll dive right into the costume category. So the first thing that you can do is to buy your costumes secondhand. You can check thrift stores, you can check your local Buy Nothing group, you can look on Facebook Marketplace, you can post and ask if any of your friends maybe have the costume that you're looking for. If you're creative, you can DIY something out of a costume or piece of clothing they already have. But finding your costumes secondhand is a great way to reduce waste and to give those costumes a second life. Similarly, if you have any old costumes or dress-ups, this is a great time of year to go through those, see what fits, see what you can pass on. Your costume from last year or the year before might be the exact secondhand costume that someone else is looking for. And don't be too concerned if it's not in mint condition. I've seen so many creative ideas out there, so maybe a costume might not be perfect to use as what it was originally intended, but someone out there might be able to use pieces from it for the costume that they are hoping for. So definitely look into selling or donating or gifting those old dress-ups and costumes before you just throw them out. Next, let's talk about Halloween decor. Again, this is something that you can oftentimes find secondhand. If you have things that you don't plan on reusing, you can definitely try to sell or donate those at this time when people are looking for those items. Get a little bit creative with what you already have and see if there's ways that you can reuse or repurpose or upcycle those items so that you can use it for this year's decor. But if you don't plan to reuse what you already have, or if you don't really have much of a collection already, definitely look for those items secondhand. Or if you do plan to buy new, be very intentional about what you purchase and make sure that you're getting items that are good quality, that will last you, so that you can reuse them year after year. Another great tip for your Halloween decor is to use natural items. Things such as tree branches or pumpkins or things that are found in nature that you can then compost after the fact. My personal favorite tip is actually to cook your pumpkins when you're finished with them. If your pumpkins are not carved, they'll actually last pretty well, so when you do slice them open, they should be fresh and ready to cook. However, if you do carve them into jack-o'-lanterns, just keep in mind that you want to do this as close to Halloween as possible so that they don't get bugs or mold or anything. So if you carve them perhaps the night before or the day of Halloween, that way you can guarantee that they'll still be really nice and fresh, so you can cook them the next day and you can make pumpkin puree to use in all your fall baking for pumpkin pies or whatever other pumpkin treats that your family loves. It's a very simple process. You can simply cut your pumpkins in half, remove any of the seeds, and you can cook those too if you want. And then I like to put them on a baking sheet and bake them at about 400 degrees. You can sprinkle them with cinnamon if you'd like. And in about an hour, they should be soft if you poke them with a fork. At that point, you can remove them from the oven and you can scoop out the flesh of the pumpkin, leaving the skins behind to be composted. And then you can add that to your blender and blend it until smooth to make a delicious fresh pumpkin puree. If you're not planning on using it all at once, you can freeze this and use it in smaller portions over the course of the fall. If your pumpkins are not good to be cooked, then I highly recommend that you compost them. These items don't actually compost in a landfill, so if you don't have a personal backyard compost pile, you can look around and see if you have one in your local community. The final category I'd like to talk about of how to make your Halloween a little bit more sustainable is the actual Halloween treats. Look for eco-friendly brands of candy such as Ultra Eco or Yum Earth. Ultra Eco's candies actually have compostable wrappers, which is amazing and can really help to cut down on that plastic trash waste left over from the treats. Yum Earth is actually allergy friendly as well, so if you have children with allergies, or if you're simply looking to offer an option that is allergy friendly, they are a great brand to choose from. But you can also pass out non-candy treats. This is one of my personal favorite things to do. It's great for those kids who maybe do have allergies, and it's also just great to help cut down on the massive amounts of candy and sugar that your children are going to be receiving on Halloween. Every time I've done this, kids always tend to go for these items first. Sometimes it's just fun to be able to pick out something else that isn't candy. However, since we're trying to be more sustainable, we also don't want these items to be just plastic junk that's going to end up breaking. So I have some ideas for you today that I think are really fun and good to avoid some of that plastic waste. The first things you could consider would be handing out other food type of treats such as mandarin oranges or mini raisin boxes. But if you don't want to go the food route, there's also a lot of other ideas. You could purchase a bulk pack of bamboo toothbrushes. This is a great thing to hand out on Halloween, especially as a little dental hygiene reminder. You could hand out things that are consumable art or school supplies. So imagine things like fun Halloween themed pencils or crayon boxes or markers. My kids are always running out of these items, and it'll be really fun to get a little refresh for Halloween. Another fun idea would be to hand out silicone straws. My kids love these and they're reusable, and you can find some really cute ones. So I'd love to encourage you to just get creative with the treats that you're handing out. Think a little bit outside the box, and we can really cut down on plastic waste this Halloween. Well, those are my 5 tips for a more eco-friendly Halloween. I hope that you enjoyed this video. Let me know in the comments below which of these tips you'd love to try and what your family does to try to make the Halloween holiday a little bit more sustainable. I'm always looking for more ideas that my family can incorporate as well, so I love hearing your feedback. Don't forget to like this video down below and subscribe to my channel. If you ring that little bell button, you'll get notified every time I upload a new video so that you don't miss out on any of my content. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you very soon in the next video.